So I've heard the best way to squirt, if you've never squirted, is to try
a story that I have to tell from like years ago with like a friend that I've been like friends with, like how I view you as a friend. What I would say is basically like this friend, like I wouldn't say violated me, but like she came on to me, you know, lied to me, got me in the hotel. No matter what your body count is.
It does.
Your it's gonna be tight even if you have 100 bodies.
It's not about tight. It's about like how many squeeze do you have?
Stripper when I got pregnant with a child, but he was the only one I was sleeping with at that time. So I knew he was the, you know, when you're sleeping with somebody for like 6 months, just one person and stuff, you know that's your kid's father. I wasn't sleeping with nobody else, but him basically he was like, oh, you're a stripper, you could have been sleeping with your clients and stuff like that. And you know, I was like, that's not the case. You know, he was a little.
This is the Quickie Sidebar Talk.
Let me tell you a situation that happened with me.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my kid's father, he used to try to pimp back in the day. Like when I was pregnant with my child, he was trying to pimp. So he pimped these two. He ended up having threesomes with these in the hotel. I had his location on his trap phone. So I tracked the location to this hotel. I showed up there 7 months pregnant, and I'm like, I knew what was going on and whatnot. And so basically, like he ended up. Like, one of the girls I put him on with, because I knew that she sold coochie.
Wow.
Yeah. And he ended up f***ing her.
Oh, I
put him on to money, and he ended up f***ing her.
Black man don't cheat. Was he black?
He's Cape Verdean, yeah.
He's black, yeah. Damn, man. Come on, bro. Go ahead.
So, basically, he cheated with this girl and stuff like that. And I knew what was going on, but he was lying to me because I was pregnant at the time, you know, with my son and everything. And then after I had my son, a few years later, his friend reached out to me. So you know what I did?
What?
I f***ed his friend.
Oh, shit!
You never told me! And I f***ed with him for a year, and he fell in love with me. His family loves me. I can go to his house right now, and his whole family would love me.
You f***ed his friend?
Yeah, because he the hoe that I gave him, you know, put him on with to make money and stuff like that. So I f***ed his best friend that he told me not to f***. He specifically told me, do not f*** this man because his other baby mama f*** that friend.
That's not his best friend then. I would not fuck my boy's friend.
They were friends.
I don't care if you wear like Aquafina. I'm not touching.
Listen, this man,
no, I need right.
This man f***ed the hoe that I gave him. I gave him the hoe to like make money and stuff like that off of and stuff like that. He ended up f***ing that bitch while I was pregnant. I don't know if they use protection or not, and I'm pregnant, you know?
It doesn't matter. It's just fucking.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, so
damn.
I got my get back, period.
You toxic, man.
I didn't even know that,
I'm
girl.
not toxic.
You didn't even tell me
I'll have to tell you that story. Because it's kind of...
That's why you got to come on the podcast.
No, I know. It's kind of embarrassing.
She tells me a lot. I wouldn't say everything. We don't tell each other everything. But she definitely didn't tell me that, and I definitely would have wanted to know because that was juicy like a strawberry.
It sure was.
No, there's more into that story. We need you to elaborate a little more.
Go ahead, ask any questions.
We need to elaborate a little more.
Go on.
You know the funny thing you say, right? Oh, I never heard that story. She never told me that. The last group of girls I had on the podcast, same thing happened.
Really?
The other girl was telling a story. She was like, "You did that? How come you never told me that?"
She tells me a lot, and I'm like surprised I never knew that.
I'm like, that's why you gotta come on the podcast.
It's okay.
You spill the tea.
So you... Okay, you know I got questions.
Go ahead.
Come on, common sense.
Yeah.
Did he find out that you were his best friend?
I told him.
You told him how long in?
He was in jail, I would say like 1.5 years, 2 years in. He was on like a 5-year bid, but he knew I wasn't going to stay with him.
Shit.
No, he knew I wasn't going to stay with him. So I told him one of our last conversations, I f***ed your best friend. He don't know which one it was, but like, you know, he gets his mind racing. I've never told him, you know, like who it was personally, but like I've definitely done that.
Girl, you toxic. All right,
he cheated on me while pregnant.
So
go on.
So he never found out who was the best friend?
I mean, he never asked me because like, we haven't talked in 3.5 years, mind you. So he never asked me which best friend. I said I f***ed your best friend, but I never said which best friend.
Was he mad when you say that?
I don't know. It was like a jail call. He didn't really say much. He was just like, what'd you do? Like,
so did you best friend when you were pregnant?
No. This was like when my son was like 2 years old. Damn. At least, or like over 2 years old.
Are they still best friends? Are they still talking to each other?
They're not friends no more.
They're not friends no more?
No, because he still hits me up to this day trying to hang out with me. So
I mean, trying to.
Yeah.
Who's the best friend?
His friend, yeah. Oh. But I ignore him. I don't do all that. It was kind of like
you
a get
crazy.
It was kind of like a get back type of thing. But like, you know,
And you did no, that's not a get back. You
No,
did
no,
that for
no,
a year?
No. Yeah. But I actually did really like him, and I liked his family. His family treated me and my son like family and stuff like that. Like, that's why it was like, you know, it was okay, I guess. To me, it's okay, honestly, because what he did felt really more hurtful. You know, I grew up I didn't grow, I mean, kind of grew up. Like, high school and up, I knew this girl, and I knew that she was a hoe. She's so see, and I was like, oh, you know, if you need a hoe, hit her up. And he hit her up and ended up f***ing her. He didn't even sell her nothing. He just...
So he tried to take you to the Maury show.
Yeah, the Maury Porfridge show. Yeah.
Before. So he was trying to make money off you pretty much.
Well, he's been on reality shows before. So, like, he's used to, like, going there, you know, getting his hotel paid for and, like, getting a little check out of it and stuff like that and whatnot. And so our story for Maury was basically, like, I was a stripper when I got pregnant with a child. But he was the only one I was sleeping with at that time. So I knew he was the... You know, when you're sleeping with somebody for, like 6 months, just one person and stuff, you know that's your kid's father. I wasn't sleeping with nobody else. But him, basically, he was like, oh, you're a stripper. You could have been sleeping with your clients and stuff like that. And, you know, I was like, that's not the case. You know, he was a little tapped and stuff like that. So it was basically like, you know, he wrote to the Maury Porvis show to try to get his, like, you know, his airtime, his, like, showtime and stuff like that, you know, because he's done it before.
So it seemed like both of you guys done it before, cheated back on your ex. Or maybe you didn't cheat back,
I
but
mean,
you got
years
back
later.
to... Yeah,
years later. It took me a few years to do it.
So do you think the best way to get back at your ex when they cheat on you is to cheat back?
No, it wasn't like that in the beginning. It really wasn't. It was just like, you know, like, it was like his homeboy hit me up, and his homeboy isn't like that bad looking or anything like that.
That's the homeboy. Stop saying that. You're not even supposed to do that.
No, pause.
Okay, go ahead.
Because she is the sweetest girl ever. And we've had a lot of associates being in the industry. We've had a lot of associates like being in a high school that has like a lot of girls, being networking, period. And so she's very sweet girl.
No, I am. I'm very loyal. I'm very sweet and whatnot. But like, if you really like stab somebody in the back who really got you like that, like I had him for everything. Like my car, I let him borrow, and he took it to a bitch. I tracked his location, and he was at a bitch's house, and I let him borrow my car.
She's the sweetest girl.
Yeah, like,
she would never.
I would take the shirt off my back.
She
for some
would
people.
literally, and this is the thing with that situation. She's let so much shit slide that finally she was like, I'm not gonna let shit slide anymore. I'm gonna leave you. And she left him, and then she got her get back. Basically. And it happened to be with his homeboy. Because he was cute. He was trying to get at her. Okay, why not? Why should she have to respect that code? You know how they call it girl code, guy code, or a relationship code. Why should she have to respect that when this guy is violating her in every way?
While I'm bearing his child.
While she's bearing his child, while she's putting herself out there to let him use her car, her apartment, her
everything, basically.
They're sharing everything. You're still cheating, and then it's like you're not doing what you need to do for our child, and then you guys break up, and then it's like your homeboy is trying to get at me. Why not?
All right, going back to your case.
I'm not saying that that's exactly right.
It's not right.
It's what felt like
was right at the moment.
Right at the moment. That's literally what I was about to say.
That doesn't make sense.
It's not what every.
It was right at the moment, but it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not like it's not like
right
she
in general.
Pursued his homeboy.
I didn't pursue. No,
he pursued
him.
And she was like, you know what? Why not? This guy that's fucking talking to me and trying to shoot his shot, and he seems like a sweet dude, and my baby daddy's doing me wrong. If the only guy you know in the past couple years of our son being around, why not? And you're telling me not to go do something with him. You clearly have self-esteem issues. You clearly have...
Yeah, he specifically told me, do not hit up this homeboy, do not look at this homeboy, do not like nothing with this homeboy. And
so let me be honest with you. So it seems like he was the type of guys that society calls the Pookies and Raries.
Explain.
What's the Pookies and Raries? What is that?
So the Pookies and the Raries, those are the street guys, the street niggas, like in and out of jail. You know, they don't have stable jobs.
That's what my kid's father is.
That's what I'm saying. They call them the Pookies and the Raries.
The Pookies and the
Raries.
Raries.
I thought you said the guy that hit her up with that.
No, I'm talking about the baby father.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like those are the Pookies and Raries.
I would say that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I would definitely say that.
That's definitely right.
So
you hit the nail on the head.
Go back to your kid. Yeah,
so why would would you give him your all? And she did.
You shouldn't.
And he just shit on her.
The fact that you even gave him a chance.
He embarrassed me.
That's
the fact that she even gave him a chance. He honeymooned her. He love bombed her. Like, I remember when she got into the relationship with him, and their relationship was maybe like 3 months in, and it was her birthday, and they had a blast. They had the best time. And then
we did
2-3 months later,
I get pregnant.
that's when she got pregnant.
so yeah. Prior to you getting pregnant, how long you dated it, bro?
Probably like 4 months.
Yeah.
Man, was that fast?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, went
But
raw.
before that, honestly, I was with a guy for like 2.5 years, and I did not once get pregnant. I wasn't on any type of like birth control.
Contraceptive.
Yeah, that's how you say it. I wasn't on any of that. So like, I was under the impression I couldn't get pregnant, because when you're with a relationship with somebody and
Wait.
you're not using birth control and you're
You
not,
had an impression when you would now get pregnant.
I didn't think I could get
What
pregnant.
type of math were you using?
I don't know what type of math.
Honestly, that happened to me too. When I was in my first relationship, I did not get pregnant.
It happened
We
sometimes.
I didn't
didn't
get
try,
pregnant.
but it happened here and there that would happen, that it was a possibility, and it would be like, oh shit, we just did that, and then it would just be fine.
I'm sure you still don't have a child yet.
But we were young. We were like 19, 20.
Yeah, maybe you guys. I think the ovulation day is only 6 days a month, right?
Exactly.
I have no idea what it is.
And honestly, that's
You
something
don't
I
know?
just...
Hey, I know as a man, you don't know as a woman.
I know.
I
that,
just
I know
learned
there's
about
certain
that.
ovulation days.
You just learned about that?
No, I know about certain ovulation days, but like when me and my kid's father were together, we weren't like practicing any type of safe sex or anything, and like 4 months went by and we were fine, and then all of a sudden I'm pregnant.
Yeah, because maybe before when you guys were having sex, it wasn't on those right dates.
It was every day.
You can't tell me you knew about that since you've been sexually active.
No, I wouldn't lie to you. I knew
Right.
about it, like.
I didn't learn about that until maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So that would have been at 25
Yeah.
that I
Okay.
learned
Yeah.
about that. That you can get pregnant in those days, but the other days are a possibility, but they're very unlikely.
Yeah, probably like 2-3 years out of that too.
Yeah,
I learned about it in
that's
school,
crazy.
in high school. Back home, they teach you that.
Yeah, they taught us that in sex ed, but I didn't. It's not broken down specifically
not.
like that. They're breaking it down in scientific terms where
They make it hard to understand. You saying?
No. Now that I'm thinking of it, they break it down in just practice safe sex.
Yeah, and like the STDs and whatnot. Like,
They say have contraceptive so you can not have
That's
STD.
bullshit.
yeah,
And
and
the funny
prevent pregnancy too.
And the funny thing, our generation, we don't even like condoms like that.
No,
And
they don't.
also-
Men don't like condoms.
No.
They
It's
don't.
women
they
too.
don't. Women and
Yeah,
men don't
no,
like
I
Women and
condoms.
men.
That is true.
I don't feel it.
But still at the
Bitch,
same
you gonna get pregnant. You don't have to feel it.
But I honestly agree. Like, if you're going around like messing with different people, you should use contraceptives
no.
because you don't want to get STDs. You don't want to get those other bacterias that only women can get, and men can easily pass them around. And in school, they just taught about STDs. They really didn't touch about pregnant and getting pregnant at a young age. And it's now, or maybe 3 years ago, that it being a big deal that you can get bacteria that only men can pass around that isn't a big deal like a STD.
All I can say is for men out there, only sleep with a woman you think she has a potential to be, the kids or the mother of your kids. That's the best thing, because
I love that.
That is
anything
true.
can happen, man.
I wish you could speak for all men right
Right?
I'm just giving advice, because that's what I say. If I want to sleep with a woman, I'm like, okay, you should good enough to be my kids, because you have 50% of chance something might
That
happen.
is true.
It doesn't matter if
You
it's the
never know.
first night.
I don't think anybody should try to be in a relationship or even have sexual intercourse with somebody that they don't see something with in the future. And we're all grown. We should experience all our sexual wants and needs.
Go girl.
But we have toys for that. We have hands for that.
Please.
Don't have sex with just anybody, because you're exchanging energy. You don't need to just experience everybody. And
So-
then it can ruin your experiences with another person that's like, oh damn, you had something with somebody, but it wasn't really something for you. It was something for the other person. So the other person can't experience it with somebody else.
That's so true.
So basically what she's saying, only have sex with people that you vibe, you feel the connection,
you have
the
a
vibe.
bond with. Yeah.
Like, you guys need to grow up. Grow up.
Hey, this is what I say about men. Like I say, man, you gotta have sex. If you wanna have sex, have it with somebody that you know she has potential to be your kid's mother. Because me, I don't care who I get pregnant. I don't care how ugly you are. I'm still gonna be taking care of my kids regardless.
And that's
my
on that.
seed. So it's like that's some like I get very I'm very scared just to have sex with anybody. It's just like, hey man, anything can happen. Like my heart just, I think too much. Like
right. For all people can know, like
especially when it comes to penetration,
raw dog and everybody, you can get AIDS.
Yeah,
AIDS are rampage. Like I know that was like an 80s thing, but like you never know.
It's super low in America, to be honest.
Is it really? I heard. I don't know the statistics.
I did a research on that. It's like,
did you? Yeah.
Did it happen in like anal sex?
No, say it again.
Anal.
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 I don't think so. You can.
Anal, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can get AIDS anyways. Like you know what I mean? Like
anal sex, don't you?
It did. That's how it started back in the day. Gay sex.
I thought
I might be wrong on that, but
I did a study on it.
From what I heard, like from where AIDS originated from, it originated from like chimpanzees.
Monkeys.
People having sex with chimpanzees. That's what I heard.
What the fuck?
Am I wrong? Is that where you heard it from?
No,
where did
I
AIDS
did
come
it
from?
when I was in medical school, and I did a study on medical like studies, like different studies that were controversial and illegal studies that were happening in the medical industry, and they found out that it originated with anal sex and it happened in gay communities with people raw dogging raw dog each other.
Yeah, when gay like relationships started happening in like the 80s and stuff like that, yeah, that's when AIDS was like rampaging and stuff. But when you look up the original cause of AIDS, it's from chimpanzees. Humans having sex with chimpanzees.
You tried anal before?
First of all, I just have a question.
It hurts.
How did anybody, obviously it was men, how did they get a hold of chimpanzees?
Honestly, from what I've heard that like the AIDS disease came from chimpanzees, and that's from humans.
Is that what you said, right?
Humans having sex with chimpanzees.
Oh, is that what?
They originated from...
Chimpanzees is like a descendant of us. Like
where did they get it from, the chimpanzee?
I have no idea.
Right, that's what I want to know.
It has to come from someone.
I have no idea where the... I know, can we
Google
it? Can we Google it?
Yeah, we got time.
That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is.
This is actually a good topic, though.
Right?
I heard it came from monkeys, chimpanzees.
Yeah, chimpanzees.
Chimpanzees.
You heard that too?
I heard that too. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard
but
too.
I always ask myself, where did they get it from? Or did they just made it up because the blood was so messy?
Goodness.
Yeah, read it out loud.
Read it, please.
The virus originated from chimpanzees in West Africa in the 1930s and was transmitted to humans through hunting in the early 20th century. The earliest known case of HIV infection in humans was found in a blood sample from a man who died in
Indonesia,
Belgian, Congo in 1959. By the 1950s, HIV was present in the United States and Europe in 1881.
Wait, so they basically didn't catch it from having sex with chimpanzee, but they had it.
No, that's how they got it. Somebody has sexual... No, but chimpanzees is the closest relative to us.
They ugly as fuck. How you gonna have sex with chimpanzee though?
There's people who have sex with fucking sheep and goats and everything.
First of all,
you never seen them interviews in Africa where people have sex with goats?
I've seen it in America, not in Africa.
Well, no. I mean, like, they have the interview in Africa. Like, they interview African people that have sex. Like, even in like America, they have sex with... There's certain states that have a legalization with, like, sex with animals. There's certain, like, states that...
I heard of it.
Bestiality.
I heard of it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
They allow stuff like that to happen. And so, basically, like, people have sex with animals because, I guess... And that shit happened in Walpole.
Walpole Mass?
Yes.
Mass?
Yeah, a guy had sex with a horse, and they caught him on camera doing it. He stood on the stool to be the same size as the horse, and he fucked the horse. It was on video.
With a condom or without a condom?
Without a condom. So people are fucking animals. This isn't nothing new.
No, I know it's nothing new, but
this
it's
is
like...
nothing new. People have sex with animals a lot, like in different countries.
And that's why they have sex toys now.
And even in America...
I like them sex toys a lot.
It's not even like a foreign type of thing. Even in America, people have sex with animals.
No, they do.
People
I
are
agree.
disgusting.
They do.
They do.
And that's how diseases are spread. Because it's from them, like, you
so,
know...
wait, but we eat those animals. How come we don't get... Okay, when you cook the blood...
You know what's crazy?
Okay.
Because the FDA and everything, because there was mad cow disease, you know?
We don't eat chimpanzees.
They
Cows don't hold the diseases. We don't eat horses.
They test all that. They make sure that the food that we're eating is safe. Because there has been mad cow disease. When people eat meat from mad cow disease, they go crazy. There's something in the meat that, like, a disease or whatever that makes us go crazy. And it's like, they did a research on it for mad cow disease. Like, I don't know what the research exactly is, but, like, they've done that.
So it's a controversial subject. Like, this is super off topic to the podcast, but I went plant-based for a while, and I could not tell everybody how energized that I felt and how much that I felt like I was floating and I could just be free from not eating meat.
It makes your coochie dry.
No, it doesn't.
That's what I heard.
It makes it extra good. Okay, like let me tell you,
good or wet? There's a difference between good and wet.
There's a lot of
wet, it's not good.
There's a lot of people in the world that are plant-based from a lot of different ethnicities and origins. That their origin and ethnicity eat meat a certain way, and they've given it up to eat plant-based diet. Plant-based diet has antibiotics. It has a bunch of additives. It has a bunch of bad things in it that we don't need to be consuming as humans. We're not made carnivores. We're made to be herbivores. We're made to eat vegetables and fruit. We're not made to eat meat.
Who told you that?
Fish is great.
Nowadays,
fish
got parasites in it.
Any type of seafood, I agree with you. Farm raised fish and seafood is not good, but wildlife is great for you. It has the most omegas in it. It has good protein in it. Salmon is the best thing you can eat. All that crab, lobster, that's just gonna give you a stinky pussy. Okay,
oh, shit.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh shit, you had it before?
I'm not even gonna lie.
Wait,
baby.
So you had a stinky pussy before?
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I don't like seafood.
Oh, so she had it.
I don't like seafood. I don't eat seafood.
This girl has never had seafood.
No, I don't like seafood.
She won't even try my food.
It tastes like dirty pussy.
It will come out at the restaurant.
Am I wrong for that? For saying that?
I'm not gonna say that you're right for that.
I don't eat.
So wait. How do you know it tastes like dirty pussy? Have you tried pussy before?
You know what dirty pussy smells like working in the club.
I never had one before.
When you eat fish or you eat shrimp or you eat anything, you feel that sea taste.
Have you ever had dirty
taste.
meat? Have you ever had dirty meat, dirty chicken, dirty steak?
Uncooked?
Have you ever been like, this tastes dirty? Think about it.
I don't know about
this
chicken.
Tastes dirty.
I only eat chicken and steak, so I'm very like selective with the things I eat.
I'm very selective. If I make food, when I cook most of the time.
Oh, you cook?
I used to eat out all the time.
Oh, you
forget
cook
cooking,
yeah,
everything like that. I cut everything off my chicken.
Yeah,
I cut everything
fat.
off my steak. I soak it in stuff that it needs to be cleaned by. And I feel like if I feel bloated after, it has too many additives. It has too many things that aren't good for you. And
That's
it's
true.
a real thing. If you guys look it up, it's a real thing. It's a controversial subject. I understand if you don't understand, but if you get it, get it. There's a lot of people around the world that feel tired all the time after they eat. That's the itis, but the itis is caused by all the additives, all the bad stuff in meat.
Yeah.
And people don't know, but meat can cause diabetes. It can cause, I don't remember if it's type 1 or type 2, but it can cause diabetes because it clogs your insulin.
It puts fat in your arteries.
It puts fat in your arteries.
That makes sense.
Exactly. Thank you.
I don't like seafood though because it tastes like the sea, and I feel like the sea is not like a good taste.
And
I love seafood.
And one thing, no matter how
I wish I like seafood too, because I've tried so many types of seafood, and I can't like any type of seafood.
You don't. You've tried.
I've tried. Everyone knows I've tried. I've tried lobster. I've tried salmon. I tried shrimp. I tried everything. I like caviar though. I know this is a little bit pricey.
Expensive ones, huh?
I like caviar.
You do. You told me your aunt makes
with
caviar with crackers
and some like
some
spread,
sauce on it.
some type of spread, some kind of cream cheese spread, and the caviar on top. That shit tastes good.
It mellows out the taste of the
It
seafood.
does. Yeah, I don't like that.
But I bet you wouldn't like it just the egg. No.
I've tried it. It's too salty. It's like seafood. Like it's kind of salty and like I don't like it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I can't learn to. I tried.
One thing I can't do is raw seafood. I can't do raw tuna, raw fish, raw salmon, raw steak.
Raw pussy.
I eat my steak well done.
Raw pussy sauce be the
raw
best.
pussy.
She's raw. She's raw. Just raw. Is your pussy raw?
Obviously, it's raw. It's not cooked up.
The
It's
raw.
not like no roast beef.
It's
Oh,
the
okay.
rawest.
So your body counts less than 10?
It don't matter what your body count is.
It does.
Your pussy's gonna be tight even if you have 100 bodies.
It's not about tight. It's about like how does it, how juicy.
Yeah, no.
How many squeeze do you have left so far?
Listen, I used to be called the Waters. Let me tell you why.
You see how the water?
Yeah, the water. Listen, my last name rhymes with something that has to go with the waters.
Are you a squirter?
I'm not a squirter, no.
Are you a squirter?
Are you a squirter?
I've never.
Still?
No.
I've squirted like once or twice. But
Are
like,
all
still working on
girls
it.
made to do that?
Only 18.4% of girls.
yeah, there's not that many
girls do
that.
that.
Like,
There's
squirt.
no
I don't.
many.
Have you tried?
No, but like when I first started like doing things and stuff, like when I was younger and stuff. Like, yeah, I did it once, twice, but like
even with dildos or you fingering yourself,
no,
never happen. It doesn't happen.
I've done it with self play, and I've done it with.
Now we talking.
No,
So
yeah.
I've heard the best way to squirt, if you've never squirted, is to try it yourself. Is to use the rose, use toys, try to squirt yourself to know you're capable of doing it, because you might not do it if you're uncomfortable with who you're with or whoever you may be with.
You need to be completely relaxed.
So you tried it? It worked?
Self play, yes.
I think I've tried it.
You worked?
I think I've tried it, but after I come, I just feel uncomfortable.
How?
Like I'm just done. I'm
You're
just
done.
ready to lay down.
Yeah, you're supposed to be done, yeah.
No. When a girl's done, they're done.
But what about the girls that come like 2-3 times?
That's crazy,
That's
right?
different.
Have you done that?
Honestly, it has happened with a few people, but like a story that I have to tell from like years ago with like a friend that I've been like friends with, like how I view you as a friend. What I would say is basically like this friend, like I wouldn't say violated me, but like she came on to me, you know, lied to me, got me in the hotel room, and that bitch ate pussy like no motherfucking tomorrow. I'm talking about like till the next morning. I woke up and she was still eating my pussy.
What
like
the freak?
Yeah.
Was it that good?
Yeah, no, it was. I've never experienced anything like that in my life, and I told her no because she was my best friend, you know, like it felt awkward and stuff like that, but like she was like my friend, so like, you know what I mean, like I was just like, you know, like no girl, but she insisted. She was very insistent, and she plotted on me.
Wow, smart girl.
She is smart, right?
Salute to her.
Very smart.
Where she's at right now?
I don't know. I'm not her friend. I'm not her friend anymore. That was very awkward.
After that, you stopped being her friend.
Because it was just awkward at that point. You know what I mean? Like
You hard to please. You kind of hard to please though.
I'm not hard to please.
No, you look like it.
Do I? I don't think so. I'm
No.
I'm not gonna say I'm easy to please because that would be cringe.
No.
But
very cringe.
I think that everybody has their own way that they can be pleased, and I think that if you want to squirt, it's not everybody can do it, and you can't beat a man up for not being able to make you do it. You can't beat yourself up for not being able to make yourself do it.
That is true.
So what gets you there? What's the thing that a man has to do to get you to that?
And I feel like I could be wrong, and I'm gonna say this and wait for my friends to respond. Do you come every time you have sex, or most times, or less than most times? Like, I feel like the man is gonna come more than you come because he's a man, and it's just, I don't know if it's sexualizing or if it's normal for the man to come more than the woman to come.
It's not. So basically, how I think about it and everything, the only time that I squirted is when I made myself squirt, and the first time I ever had my coochie ate, like 8-8. Like, I've had my coochie ate, but like 8-8 is like different. That's like you pushing the guy away, like being like, no more. You know, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I would say that that's the two only times that I've ever think I've squirted. Oh, well, I know I squirted one time. I don't know if I squirted on the guy's face. I mean, God bless him if I did, but like, but like, what I'm saying is, it's like, and for me personally, when I want to be sexual with somebody and stuff like that, I want him to come and I want me to come. I'm a pleaser and I want him to be a pleaser. That's how I am.
Fair game.
Fair game, exactly. I'm a pleaser, so I want you to be a pleaser. If you're not pleasing me at the end, I'm gonna be highly disappointed, and you're gonna wonder why I didn't hit you back up.
Hello, right? Hello. Are you a pleaser?
To my man.
Of course, you gotta be pleasing to somebody that you're fucking with.
Not all.
Does it have to be your man?
Can't say that yeah.
How about if that's the guy you have feelings with? You guys are consistently like having sex.
No, because I've had like maybe 2 situationships, and I haven't cared to exactly please them. Okay. They'll be like, oh, I want you to do this, or I want you to do that, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I want to go a second round, and I'll be like, no, I'm good. But if my man was to ever say that, I would be like, hell yeah, baby, what we doing?
Hey, you don't like it? You don't like sex to be that long, right? Is that what you're saying?
What, my man?
Have you ever tried threesome before? Any of you guys?
No, I've never done threesome.
No. Are you guys up into it?
I don't know. I mean, like, honestly, like if it was me and a man together and he wanted another girl in it, I wouldn't feel okay with it. But like if a man and a girl together and like they asked me personally, like both of them asked me personally, like if I want to be in it, I feel like that's more okay. But if the girl's not on the same level, it's like it's not okay.
So you just don't want to do it with your man. You don't want to do it with your man, your own man. You don't want to bring another.
I don't like to share. I'm not a sharer at all. Like I don't like to share. I don't like to like, you know. Am I weird for that? I don't like to share.
No, so I agree with you, but I feel like if I'm spending the rest of my life with somebody, and
after a certain amount of years, I think you should like open up the relationship.
That's exactly exactly what
After
I
you
was gonna
old,
say.
your pussy has wrinkles and shit.
No, my pussy don't got no wrinkles.
Pussies don't get wrinkles unless you're just being too
Like-
fucked. Like,
I don't know.
I would definitely agree with her. Like, after a while, I would probably want to.
Like when the relationship starts getting like you know, you're fucking the same person every day, you know, you've done everything you need to do and there's no other options. Like if you want to invite another person into a relationship and the man and the woman are okay with it, then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? But like if you're just freshly in a relationship with somebody and they're like, oh, you know, if you ever let me have a threesome, like that's cringe.
That is so cringe.
And if they start to ask you if you want quickies and stuff like that, even though you haven't even fucked with them like that, it's like,
You know what's
I don't
cringe?
know.
You know what's cringe? Because I've had this happen to me 4 times. I've had 4 different, like, associates, homegirls type of thing ask me, can you give me and my man a threesome? Bitch, no, you're cringe.
It's happened.
I don't want to fuck your man.
Yeah, no.
And if
that's
I
awkward.
even did have a threesome, I don't even know how I would even go about that because I just don't
I've
even know.
never
You
had
figure it out
one.
once you get there.
I've never had a threesome, so I wouldn't know.
That's exactly what goes on in my head. I'll figure it out once I get there because I don't even want to think about it. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to try to force it because it's just going to end up people getting beat up. And I just don't want that.
Are you gonna be open to it in the future with your man?
I don't know.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Yeah.